Alright, what is going on, everybody? Today I am back here with a video that is 10 players that should be traded before the NBA deadline this season. So, half of these players, probably 80% of these players, won't get traded. It's just that they should, based on their team's direction. So, obviously, if they're beloved in the franchise, you might not want me to say that they're going to get traded. I'm just saying, take out name value, take out what they've done for the franchise, where their age is at, where their contract's at, where their team is at, and what if they're either rebuilding or buying or contending. They should be traded at the deadline. So if you have any players that maybe I left out that you think will get traded, let me know in the comments below. And let's see if this video can get over 900 likes. And if you guys want to see any more type of these rebuilds, let me know in the comments. Rebuilds. I do rebuilds too much. Any type of these videos, because I've done like a one player from every team that won't get traded, one that will, and then here's kind of 10 players. So I'm kind of doing more NBA videos. If you guys like these, let me know in the comments below. So without further ado, let's go to our first one. And I'm going to talk about Mr. Kemba Walker. So Kemba Walker is on one of the best contracts in the NBA for the next 2 years based on what his talent level is and where his age is at. So once this man is a free agent, not this offseason, in 2019, he's going to ask for arguably near 30 mil or 25 mil plus, and some team will give it to them. It's a team that needs a point guard that has cap space, maybe the Suns or the Nuggets, I don't know. Some team off the top of my head, I can't think off the top of my head, will pay this man. Will pay this man the big bucks, and he deserves it. He deserves it. We can go over his stats, what he's done throughout his career. His rookie year wasn't the best, but he's constantly improved. He took a big jump from 17 points getting out of that hole till 20, and this year and last year he's been exceptional. He hasn't been the best passer, like assist obviously per game, but he gets you the scoring what you need from a point guard. And it kind of seems like, as much as I love passing point guards, you guys know that my favorite players of all time are prime Rondo, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, even like prime Jose Calderon. I loved watching. That's why I kind of like watching Ben Simmons and Lonzo Ball, watching these guys make like fantastic passes, because it's kind of like the point guards, they're falling away from that. Like, you look at Kyrie Irving, you look at Steph Curry, you look at Isaiah Thomas, you look at Damian Lillard, you look at maybe like Mike Conley, you look at those guys. They're not really averaging a lot of assists per game. Not like Westbrook is, not like Chris Paul is, not like Ricky Rubio is. That's kind of like where the point guard is heading. And it's not really passing it more. It's kind of, you got to get that scoring point guard. But that will still give you anywhere from 4 to like 6.5 assists per night, if that makes sense to you guys. But Kemba Walker, you take a look at where this Hornets team is at. It's not good. You have so many bad contracts as it is. And we can check We could check where they are in the Eastern Conference. They are 21-29. That would give them right now, what, the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th pick. That's not good enough. And Kemba Walker is not helping you win, get a higher pick. It's making you win games. So you want to trade pretty much your best player. That's what you should do. That's what I think they should do. Rebuild. You can try to get a Colin Sexton and then maybe another future first-round pick or something for Kemba Walker. Like, say some team like the Nuggets will give up a first, like Jamal Murray or something like that. You get a nice young player. I don't know if they actually would give up Jamal Murray. Probably not, because he's having a good year. Like, if you can get another first-round pick for Kemba Walker, that could be something. Like, you trade him to, like, I'm trying to think of like a playoff team that would want him. I don't know if the Spurs would have any assets to give him or to get him up. Probably not the Clippers. They're not really trying to get in that area. But I'm just saying, if you guys know what I mean, they try to get another first-round pick this year or a future first-round pick. You go after Sexton. You try to get Trae Young. And you can maybe, if you could trade Kemba, try to unload Nicholas Batum's contract. I've said it on Twitter that this is the worst contract in the NBA. It's an argument between Deng, Noah, and him. I know Deng and Noah don't play, and Batum at least plays and is decent. But you see he averages 11 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 4.8 assists. He was a lot better last year, but you can see that he's degressing. He's 29. His contract holds him to, what, he's 33. He's going to be making, at least Joakim Noah and Will Deng will make like 17, 16 million. This man is going to be making $27 million in the year 2020 when he's 33. That is no bueno. That is, I think, the worst contract in the NBA, but at least it's bottom 3, and then you can probably put Parsons and like Joel Mahimi in there. But yeah, Nicholas Batum, he's got to go. But yeah, Kemba Walker should be traded. Okay, I feel like I kind of want to go through these quicker. I just spent like 4 minutes talking about just one player. On that pace, this video is going to be 40 minutes long. So Marc Gasol. I know Marc Gasol has been there, well, 10 years he's been there. Grizzlies fans love him. He re-signed. What a story as a second-round pick, traded for his brother, all like that. He has been, and he's really gotten his three-point percentage up. Jesus. Did he not take threes these years? Why was it so low? Maybe he didn't get his three-point shot down until recently. Maybe he's not that good of a three-point shooter as I think he is. But besides the point, they got to move on from him. You got to start the rebuild here in Memphis. We could take, well, Mike Conley is out for the remainder of the year. This one is actually going to be a two-player thing I'm going to do. It's not going to be just Marc Gasol. It's also going to be Tyreke Evans. You're 18 and 32. You're bad. You got to trade. If you can get the Brooklyn pick, you do it. I don't think there's any question about it. You get the Brooklyn pick for Marc Gasol. Say you can get the Brooklyn pick for Marc Gasol, and then say the Celtics will give you either Marcus Smart. They're not giving you Terry Rozier, especially after the triple-double. Say they give you Marcus Smart or they give you their first this year. You might have 3 first-round picks and 2 in the lottery, possibly 2 in the top 10 if you have your pick in the Brooklyn pick in an absolutely loaded draft. So, yeah, they got to move on from Evans, especially because he's a free agent. He's 28, having one of his better seasons of his career, possibly the best season of his career since his rookie year, pretty much. And, yeah, so I think they got to move on from both of them. You have to rebuild here. Try to rebuild around Conley for what you can in the next 5 years before he's 30. This contract's for 3 more years. At least try to do that. You have young guys like JaMychal Green. You have Dillon Brooks, who you just drafted. You have Deonte Davis, Aaron Harrison, or Andrew Harrison, Wayne Selden, Jarrell Martin. You have young players, even Rab, Kobe Simmons, that you could somehow build around those guys. They're not particularly good, but you could definitely start the youth movement here in Memphis, and that is definitely what they should do. We're also going to do another 2-player thing, or actually, this might be a 3 from 3 players from one team. I don't know if Avery Bradley can be traded by the deadline. I think there's some loophole that he can. You got to move on to him from the Clippers. He's going to ask for a lot of money this year. You're gonna want to pay, obviously, Tobias Harris in 2 years because you just traded for him. You're gonna want to probably pay Montrezl. Well, they got a while probably for that. Yeah, actually Montrezl Harrell is a restricted free agent, but yeah, they're not gonna pay him big money, obviously, but. You want to start the rebuild there, unless you feel like Avery Bradley can win. He's 27. He's going to want at least a 4-year deal that will bring him to he's 32, and he's going to want 26 mil. I think the Clippers should move on from that, and I think that they should trade him as with Lou Williams. He's 31. His value has never been higher. They got to move on from him. They should definitely move on from him as he's having his best year of his career by far, and he should have been an all-star. And they should definitely trade him. You can get a first-round pick. You can get the Brooklyn pick for him and DeAndre Jordan. You do that. I don't think there's any questions asked. You should even bring them back in the offseason. Unless you want to bring back Jordan and you can somehow trade like Lou Will and Bradley for the Brooklyn pick if they could trade Bradley. You do that. And that's fine with bringing back Jordan if you want to have a Jordan Harris front court for the future. Because 29 is not bad. He could probably give you good stats till he's 33 because he's not really much of a player. Like, all he's got to do is just stand in the paint. That's kind of what his game is. Pick and rolls and rebounding and putting shots back up and just being a good defender. And Tobias Harris is very young at 25. So that's what I think they should do. They should trade those 3 players. So I think we are 5 into this. We have Kemba Walker should be traded, Marc Gasol, Tyreke Evans, Avery Bradley, DeAndre Jordan, and Lou Williams. The next player is Nikola Vucevic. He is on a great contract, similar to Kemba's, about 2 years, about $12 million a year. He's 27. He's got 2 years left on his deal. So that means he's got a whole nother year until he's a free agent in 2019. He is not known for his defense at all. Especially, it's not very good. I don't know if they have like the defensive metrics here. I'm not really good with defensive metrics, but I don't know. You guys might know more than me about this. But yeah, I think they should try to capitalize on Vucevic's value. He is a very good player, especially offense. He's such a talented offensive player. He'll kind of fit into the next player I'm going to mention. That you got to move on. Orlando has had too much talent for too many years. You have to fire your GM 1. You have to fire Frank Vogel 2. You have to just blow up this team. If you could trade, I'm not going to count Fournier in this, but you should trade Fournier. You should trade Elfrid Payton. You should trade Vucevic. You should try to trade like Augustin Biyombo, Zonia. You should definitely trade Terrence Ross. You should just sit down, realize what this team is not very good. You have Simmons on a great contract, you keep him. I say you just try to blow up this team and build around Isaac and Aaron Gordon. And that's what you do. That's what you do with this team. You try to build around them too, and you just completely blow it up. Because obviously, it's not working. You drafted like crap. Who knows? Isaac might be the worst pick of the top 10. Him and Malik Monk might be the 2 worst picks of the top 10. You had Laurie Marketing on the board. You had Dennis Smith Jr. on the board. And you had Frank Ntilikina on the board. And you had John Collins or Zach Collins. One of the Collins was very good that was drafted after. Well, they both were drafted after. But I think the one on the Hawks is playing better than the one on the Blazers. But yeah, you drafted Azonia, which was not a good pick at all. So, you drafted Elfrid Payton at the 10th pick. I'm pretty sure Saric. You traded Dario Saric for him. Wasn't very smart. But yeah, that's what I think they should do. They should move on from Nikola Vucevic. And I think that is my 7th player. And yeah, so he kind of ties into my next player. Enes Kanter. I don't know what you can get for him. He has a player option to be re-upped. It's a little bit cheaper. It's 18 mil. I expect him to opt in because he does love New York if the Knicks, the Knicks don't trade him. But personally, he was the 3rd pick in the 2011 draft. Jesus, I thought he was like 7. Damn, that was the Kyrie draft, right? I think so, yeah. That was like Kyrie. I think Leonard was in that draft. Like Jimmy Butler, no, not DeRozan. But yeah, the Knicks, he's having a great year. His best year rebounding by far of his career. He's working decently well, Porzingis, but it's his defense. He's shooting 60% from the field. It's no doubtingly. He shot 1,000%. He shot 1-3 in 2012 and made it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, he's having his best year of his career, especially assists, rebounds, offensive rebounds, points, field goal percentage-wise. The Knicks should capitalize on his value, and I think they should move on from him. Get the talent you need. Then he's, like, personally, I'm a Knicks fan, so I really want him to be traded. I know he's having a good year, but if they can find some team, either it's Phoenix, it would be Cleveland maybe, because they do need a center, but obviously they need defense. One, Kanter isn't full net. LeBron hates Kanter, and Kanter hates LeBron, so that wouldn't happen, so they're out the window. So I don't really know what team. Maybe they could try to flip him to Sacramento. Maybe Sacramento would want him, or Phoenix. I don't know, but I think the Knicks should, maybe Atlanta would want him, I don't know, but I think the Knicks should try to move Enes Kanter. He's only 25. He is so young for how long he's been in the NBA. He's been in the league for 7 years. He's been in the league since he was 18, or 19 maybe, and he's just not turned 26 yet. But it's crazy. I think that the Knicks should move him, and that is what, my 8th player? The next player is Julius Randle. Julius Randle might be the 3rd best power forward on his team. You could argue for 2nd. Given the thing that he is 2 years younger than Larry Nance, I would say he is better than Larry Nance, but you have Kyle Kuzma. You have the breakout of Kyle Kuzma. You want to give him the full minutes. Julius Randle is a free agent at the end of this year. Some team will pay him. Either it's, like I said, the Kings, Suns, they keep coming up because I know they have cap space. I don't know. Teams that maybe need a power forward, maybe like, I'm trying to think like teams on the top of my head that might want a power forward to trade for. Maybe Dallas. Dallas would be a cool shoot for him. Maybe Brooklyn. I'm just trying to scroll through these teams. Well, they have Sabonis now. Maybe Toronto. Well, they have Ibaka. So yeah, I'm just saying that the Lakers, you should trade Julius Randle. You're probably not going to want to bring him back because he's going to want a lot of money. Some team will throw him not a max deal, but near, because he will be a restricted free agent. And you can't, because you have a Nance on a good contract for next year, and you might want to do the same thing with Nance next year, or maybe try to trade Nance in the offseason, capitalize on his decent contract for next year before it's too late at the deadline. It seems like, oh, we don't want a 1-year rental. But yeah, I say you do that because you have Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is a year younger and possibly already better. It sucks that Kyle Kuzma, I think, was a senior or a junior coming out of college, and Randle was obviously a freshman. Randle did miss his rookie year in the NBA, because we know he broke his leg his first game, which sucked. But yeah, I say you got to move on from Julius Randle. You try to get a pick or something. I would say, I'm not going to put this as my last player, but Clarkson, Larry Nance, you should try to maybe look at these guys, because Clarkson, some team will play a premier price for Clarkson. When he starts, he's very good, and he puts up good numbers, especially from a second-round pick. And obviously you have Lonzo for the future, who's 5 years younger and is under team control. They should definitely try to move Clarkson and Randle. Let them go. Are they from the same class, 2014? They are from the same class. Wow, the Lakers had a very good draft that year, and not a very good 2014 class. Actually, the 2014 class wasn't that bad. You had Wiggins, you had Jabari, you had Joel Embiid, you had Dario Saric. I think you had Nikola Jokic. You had Marcus Smart. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, I think Julius Randle, they should definitely move on from, because obviously the emergence of Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, so Julius Randle is, I think, my 9th player. And the last one, I don't think they should trade him, but this might be, I don't know, this one's kind of a wild card at the end. If you want to count Jordan Clarkson as my 10th, and this one is a wild card, I really like Jabari Parker, even though how much he went to Duke and how much I hate Duke. He was very good before he got hurt. How many games did he play in 2016, 2017? He played, I think, 50, right? 50-something. How much did he play? 50. About 51. And he was very good. He played 76 games in 2015, 2016. What year? Did he tear his ACL in 2014? Or maybe it was 2013? I don't remember. I feel like he missed... Yeah, he probably tore his ACL this year. We only played 25 games. Then he probably missed the start of this year. And then he tore his ACL in this... Yeah, so he's had 2 ACL injuries. He's a restricted free agent come this offseason. You got to make your decision on him. But I think the reason if they should trade him, if like they know the best in Milwaukee, if he's hurt or not, or if he's not ready, if they don't think he's going to be the same, they know the best, they know the most out of any team would. you trade him. You capitalize on his value. I think a team would pay a premier price. I think if a team trades him right now, they could still make him their restricted free agent. So you never know if maybe Chicago wants to do something, give up a future first, and like, I don't know, not Levine or Chris Dunn. They wouldn't trade, neither Markkanen. I would say maybe Mirotic, but they already traded Mirotic. And yeah, I probably would have put Mirotic on here, but he just got traded to New Orleans. So Jabari, if you feel like he is not going to be the same player and you don't want to pay him, because Middleton is a free agent next year, and he's having his amazing year this year. What a second round pick he's been. And Eric Bledsoe is also a free agent next year. So if you want to bring back your backcourt, which I don't know if they're going to go for Brogdon over Bledsoe. That could be something, but maybe they should trade Eric Bledsoe, but they're not going to because he was, I don't know. I feel like that would mess up the chemistry because they already traded for him once this year. Wow, they got a steal for trading Eric Bledsoe. That was a steal. But yeah, I remember, I missed him in LA. He was in the, wasn't he in the Pelicans trade? I thought he was in the Chris Paul trade. How did he get to Phoenix? Maybe he was just a restricted free agent. They didn't want to bring him back because they had Chris Paul. I don't know. I don't remember. That was what, 2012, 2013? That was 6 years ago. Jesus, time's flying by. But yeah, I think they should move Jabari Parker if they feel like they're not going to bring him back for the future. Capitalize on his value now so you don't get nothing back from him in the offseason when a team throws a max contract at him and you don't want to pay him because you got to pay maybe Thon Maker if you feel like it in a couple years. 3 years? 3 years, so you have time for him. But yeah, Brogdon is going to be a free agent in what, 2 years? And then you have same with Bledsoe and Middleton. So those are 3 big free agents in 2 years. Not this offseason, the next one that you want to save your money for if you don't want to give it to Parker. So that is going to be it for the 10 players that I think should be traded. One was Jabari Parker. I also had DeAndre Jordan, Lou Williams, and Avery Bradley. So 3 from one team. Marc Gasol and Tyreke Evans. So that was 4. That is 6 players. The 7th one was Kemba Walker. The 8th one was Enes Kanter. The 9th one was Julius Randle. And the 10th one was Nikola Vucevic. I feel like these teams should trade these players by the deadline. If I was wrong about any of them, let me know in the comments. You guys probably that are specific fans of these teams that watch them every night probably know more about me, about that specific team than I do. So let me know if I maybe said something wrong in the comments that you disagree on. And then, yeah, so let's see if this will go over 900 likes. Let me know other videos you kind of want to see like this on the channel. Maybe something about free agency. Maybe something about the draft. Maybe another trade video. And whatever you guys want to see. So, yeah, that is going to be for me. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys. See you guys next video. Peace.